Hello everyone, if you are a Power BI developer and willing to take your career to the next level, then PL-300 certification is must to stand out from this highly competitive market. It will help you to achieve this goal by providing to-the-point study material, tutorials and practice questions. All you need to do is revise your tutorial PDF 2-3 times. I have completed 32 plus cloud certifications and I think I am capable enough to guide you through this certification journey. We'll try to answer all of your doubt related to PL-300 exam. So PL-300 exam does not have any lab or simulation type questions, but you can expect case study type questions for sure. Exam duration will be 100 minutes and number of questions will be 54. Minimum score is 700 to pass this exam out of 1000. There will be no negative marking. Validation for this certification is 1 year. After 1 year, you can renew your exam by taking it again. This will be non-proctored exam and free of cost. In this video series, we will be showing you tutorials and practice questions. So this is part 1 of this series. We will be covering below topics which are important as per the latest exam structure with the practice questions. So this is the list, but this is not complete. We will be publishing more videos in this series. Please subscribe our channel for the upcoming video series. It will help us to motivate to create more such tutorials. Let us quickly jump to topic 1, how we can use Power BI desktop to connect with your project data via Dataverse. But first we should try to understand what is Dataverse here. So Microsoft Dataverse provide relational data storage, rich data types, enterprise grade governance and one-click solution deployment to Microsoft Team App Store. In short, what it is trying to say, it is a relational data storage, point 1. Second, it provide various security options like field level security, end-to-end applications also we can build on top of Dataverse. Dataverse will be data storage in that case, and we can use full capabilities of Power Platform to build our application. How you can connect with your project? We need a Power BI template to import data into Power BI from your project. You will get options to enter parameters like in the screenshot. You can mention Dataverse URL and project URL. Once you click load, it will load the project data. So that is an overview of Dataverse. Let's come to the question part. So this is question number 1. You have a project management app that is fully hosted in Microsoft Teams. The app was developed by using Microsoft Power App. You need to create a Power BI report that connects to the project management app. Which connector should you select? So in that case, you need to find the keywords. So keyword here is this is a Microsoft Team hosted app. This is a Power App. Okay, and you need to import that data into your Power BI report. So now point here to notice Power Apps use Dataverse as their data storage. The correct answer is C, Dataverse, because Dataverse allows you to use the data from business applications such as Microsoft Team directly into Power BI. Topic 2, we will discuss difference between merge and append queries in Power BI. So merge queries combine table horizontally. What do we mean by that? Horizontally means number of columns. If we do merge, then number of columns will increase and table size will increase horizontally. While append queries combine the tables vertically, it means vertical size of table will increase. Vertical means number of rows. If number of rows keep on adding, vertical size of table will increase. Second point says merge queries require at least one matching column in each table. Why? Because merge queries are like join. To perform join, we need at least one matching column based on which we will perform the join condition. So based on the same concept, to perform the merge queries, we need at least one matching column. While append queries require matching column the same data type. Why? Because append queries are like union all. And to perform union, column data type should be same and number of columns should be same. Then only you will be able to perform the append query. This will help us to understand in a better way. This is a Microsoft document. It says clearly if you want to add one or more column, then you go with merge queries. If you want to add one or more rows, then you go with append query. As simple as that. So as shown in the screenshot, there are two tables, and after merging, number of columns got increased, right? So this is a merge here. Let's come to the question part. This is question number 2. You import two Microsoft Excel tables named customer and address into Power Query. So it says customer and address are the tables. Customer have these columns: customer ID, customer name, phone, email, address ID. Then address table have address ID, address line 1, address line 2, city, state, country, postal code. Please note address ID is the common column here. Now it is saying each customer ID represent a unique customer in the customer table. Each address ID represent a unique address in the address table. It means that here this is unique, and in this table address ID is unique. You need to create a query that has one row per customer. Each row must contain city, state, region, country for each customer. What should you do? So in that case, we are going to use a merge the customer and address table. The correct answer is A. Merge the customer and address table. It is because merging in Power Query is used to combine data from multiple tables or query into a single query based on one or more common columns. So common column here is address line, address ID. Merging is typically used to bring related data together, enrich or denormalize data, or create new composite data set. So denormalize means combining the data. Coming to question number 3, you have two Azure SQL databases that contain the same table and columns. For each database, you create a query that retrieves data from a table named customer. You need to combine the customer table into a single table. The solution must minimize the size of the data model and support scheduled refresh in Power BI. What should you do? And you need to select answer from these options. So this is statement number 1, and from these options you need to select. This is statement number 2, and from these options you need to select one. So first is option to use to combine the customer table. So in that case we are going to use append queries, and second one is actions to perform as the original two SQL database queries. We are going to disable the query to the data model. So these are the keywords. It contains the same table and columns. If it has same tables and same columns, it means we can append it, and we can collect all the data from these two tables. That's why we are doing a union here. Union means append. Here it says you need to combine the customer table into a single table, and there are two tables we need to combine. It means we need to append. So that's why it is append queries as new. Second statement, it says the solution must minimize the size of the data model and support schedule refresh in Power BI. To support schedule refresh, we will disable the loading the query to the data model. So first one is pretty much straightforward and easy to understand. It says when you have additional rows of data that you would like to add to an existing query, you append the query. It's simple. Append query is new. Display the append dialog box to create a new query by appending multiple tables. Now coming to the second answer, disable loading the query to the data model. Why we disable the query? By default, all queries from query editor will be loaded into the memory of Power BI model. You can disable the load for some queries, so it will improve our performance, especially queries that use to intermediate transformation to produce final query for the model. Disabling load does not mean that the query would not be refreshed. It only means the query would not be loaded into the memory. When you click on refresh mode in Power BI, or when a schedule refresh happens, even queries marked as disable load will be refreshed, but their data will be used as intermediate source for other queries instead of loading directly into the model. So it is a performance tuning tip. This is question number 4. This is drag and drop type question. These are the available options, and from these available options we need to drag our correct answer here. Okay, now let's go to the question statement. In Power Query Editor, you have 3 queries named product category, product subcategory, and product. every product has a product subcategory. Note, so these two statements are very important here. Not every product subcategory has a parent product category. Now you need to merge the three queries into single query. The solution must ensure the best performance in Power Query. How should you merge these tables? So simple, these points you need to consider. The first will be inner and second will be left outer join. We will do product and product subcategory inner join, because every product has a product subcategory, means we can perform inner join in that case. Whereas between product subcategory and product category, nulls can be there, hence we are going to perform left outer join. Left outer means all the record will be there of product subcategory and only matching record will come for product category, other will be null. So first it says every product has a product subcategory. A standard join is needed. In that case, one of the join kind available is merge dialog box in Power Query is an inner join, which brings only matching rows from both left and right tables. It's simple. Second says left outer join. Why? Because not every product subcategory has a parent product category. So one of the join kind available in the merge dialog box Power Query is left outer join, which keeps all the rows from the left table and brings only matching rows from the right table. So that name only explaining itself. Left outer join means all the rows from left and matching from the right. This is question number 5. You are building a Power BI report that uses data from an Azure SQL database named EP01. You import the following tables: product, order line, and this is the description, what kind of data they are storing. Now you need to perform the following analysis: orders sold over time, that include a measure of the total order value. Orders by attribute of product sold. The solution must update times when interacting with visuals in the report. So what should we do? So from the Power Query, merge order query and order line items query we will use. Since order and order lines tables are part of the fact tables, so combine them first and make the combination the center of the star schema, and then join dim table product. So dim means dimension table here. As we are aware, in star schema there will be dimension table, there will be fact table. Fact table contains numeric data, dimension table contains attribute data, means description of the product color, product category, these kind of data stored in a dim table. By merging these queries, you create a single table that contains all the necessary information about order and their line items. This simplifies data model and reduces the overhead of handling multiple tables and relationships, leading to more efficient interactions. Question number 6. You use Power Query to import two tables named order header and order details from an Azure SQL database. The order header table relates to the order details table by using a column named order ID in each table. You need to combine the tables into a single query that contains the unique columns of each table. What should you select in Power Query editor? So the point here to note down is we need to combine into a single query that contains the unique columns of each table. Unique columns of each table, it means we need columns from table A as table B as well. We need all the columns from both the tables. It means number of columns are going to increase. It is asking us to take unique columns from each of the tables. Okay, it means we are taking columns from table A as table B as well, both the tables. In that case, order header and order details. So it is a merge query here because of the distinct individual column which should remain. Question number 7. You use Power BI desktop to load data from a Microsoft SQL Server database. While waiting for the data to load, you receive the following error. Error 0801, timeout expired. You need to resolve the error. What are the two ways to achieve the goal? Each correct answer presents a complete solution. So how we are going to do this? We are going to reduce the number of rows and columns written by each query. Why? Because this is timed out. This is a performance issue. If there is performance issue, we should fetch only the required records. We are going to filter out the records which are not required. Hence, we are going to reduce the number of records. It will improve performance and SQL Server will not get expired. Connection will not be expired. Second thing we can do is we can split the long running query into subsets of column and use Power Query to merge the queries. It is saying instead of running a single query which is fetching large number of data, let's split the data into two queries. Query 1 will run and return some data, and will simply merge the queries into Power Query. A, reduce the amount of result that you are getting back, therefore reduce query time and reduce the chance of timeout occurring. B basically does the same and is a solution for when you really need all columns and rows instead of getting one large table back. You get the multiple smaller ones, then you can combine those after loading. It is saying the same thing. C does exactly opposite, making the resulting table even larger. So what is C saying? Use Power Query to combine long running query into one query. It is doing reverse thing. It is combining long running query into one query. Load will increase, query time will increase. So it's even worse. D is saying will not help either, as query folding basically expand on the select star from table that PowerBI fires to the database. It can, for instance, add a where clause to the statement if you are filtering in Power Query. Where clause will reduce the data. That also reduces the query time. Now we will go to the topic 3, which is split column by delimiter in Power BI. How we can use this option, how we can split column values. Okay, this we are going to discuss now in topic 3. So there is a lot of text here. I will tell you what is happening. In Power BI, you can split a column by delimiter using split column. So it is saying Power BI allow us to split a column value. Why we split a column value? Say this header itself. Let's say we want to split this value into two columns. So what we can do? We can take this hyphen as a delimiter and we can split this as column 1 and this as column 2. So that is the use of split column feature. Let me show you in the screenshot, it will be more clear. So this is what they are saying. Select the column, go to the Power Query, go to the transformation, split column, and then choose by delimiter. Here we can enter what value of delimiter we want. So in this case we can choose at custom. In custom we can mention any value. We can mention hyphen, we can mention at, and then each occurrence of the delimiter, and once you press OK, it will be configured. Now coming to the question part. By question you will understand what is happening there. So it is saying you have CSV file that contains user complaint. The file contains a column named logged. So that's what we were discussing before. There is column named logged. Logged contains the date and time each complaint occurred. Date is logged is in the following format. So this is date at 8:59. So this is single value. This is single value in column. It is a logged column. It has date and time. This is date and this is time. This we can use as delimiter. So that's what we were discussing in the previous slide. What we were discussing, it is saying if you have column named logged and if you want to split using at as the delimiter, how we can do this? Go to the transform data in the Power Query, go to the split and select the logged column, go to the transformation tab and the split column toolbar, you need to choose the delimiter. So here again I'll show, go to the transformation tab, split column option, go to the by delimiter. Here we will mention at. Why we mention at? Why we mention at here? Why choose custom? This is a custom delimiter. Custom means we are going to define the value. It can be anything. Okay, so why we have written at here? Because of this kind of scenarios. Here we can split this value based on the at. At will act as a delimiter. This is column 1, this is column 2 once we apply delimiter. So that's how it is going to work. So C is the right option here. Split the logged column by using at as a delimiter. I hope this is clear now. Logged it is required, at we can use as delimiter. Same thing it is going to explain again in the Power Query editor. You can customize split it by at. Once you do it, it would result in giving you two columns, one of them containing the date with the date data type and other containing the time with the time data type. Once you apply and close it, then Power BI report, you can see that you have a date hierarchy. It's simple. Question 9. Based on the similar concept of splitting by delimiter, we are going to discuss the next question. It is saying you are building a data model for a Power BI report. You have a data formatted as shown in the following table. So this is a column, this is column header, this is column name, machine user, download MB, this is the value, actual value. What we have, it is saying ABC hyphen 123, BSc hyphen 657. Now ABC here is machine, user is 123. That's what they are trying to say here. Machine is ABC, user is 123. Second option, in second row, BSc is machine, user is 657. Now they are saying you need to create a clustered bar chart as shown in the following exhibit. So they want a bar chart in such a way that machine can be splitted into a different column itself. Here it is a single column, but they want to split it separately. Create a separate column for machine, create a separate value for user. How we are going to use this? Again, by using delimiter option, we can split this value into two parts. Splitting means breaking into two parts. Based on what condition we can break? The condition or the character here is called as delimiter. So in this case, hyphen is our delimiter. So if we mention hyphen as a delimiter in Power BI and we choose the split by delimiter option, it will break this value into two columns. One is machine, second is user. That's why it is ABC here, BSc here, ABC, BSc. This is machine, and then user is 123 657. I hope this is pretty much clear here. Then let's go to the options from Power Query Editor. Split the machine user column by using a delimiter. First option is our correct option. It's simple. Same thing it is going to explain again. The data set shown contains a column where machine and user data from the visuals are combined into one column. Which column? This column we are discussing it. This is a combined value. Therefore, to solve this, you need to use a delimiter. This will split one column into two, where you will use a machine column BSc and ABC. This one it is BSc and ABC will be machine column. Y-axis, this is Y-axis, this is Y-axis, and user column 1 2 3 and 6 5 7 is your legend. So this is our legend, user column 1 2 3 and 6 5 7. I hope this is clear now. This is question number 10, again based on the similar concept. You are definitely going to find delimiter based question in exam, so watch these videos 2-3 times until you are confident with this type of question. It says you have a Power BI query named sales that import the column shown in the following table. So these are the column names here. ID, this is sample value. Sales data, this is sample value. Customer ID, delivery time, status, cancel date. So these are the sample values here. What it says, user only use the date part of the sales date field. Where is sales date field? Here. Sale date field, it's saying user only use the date part, but here we have time as well, right? We have date, we have time as well, we have two things here, but user want to use the date part only. Okay, only rows with the status of finished are used in analysis. Okay, we need to reduce the load times of the query without affecting the analysis. Which two actions achieve this goal? Each correct answer present a complete solution. Now let me tell you, it's simple. Let's go with statement. There are two statements in this question. First, he want only date from this value. There are two values, there is date as well as time, but he want date only, but user want date only. It means split we are going to use. Second requirement, it is saying you need to reduce the load time of the query without affecting the analysis. How will you reduce the load time? They want only status of finished. Here we have status is finished, so we can remove other values where status is not finished. It will simply reduce the record and performance will increase. So that's what it is saying. Remove the rows in which sales status has a value of cancelled. So why we choose cancelled? Because here it mentioned it contains only two types of values. It can be finished or it can be cancelled. So if we remove the cancelled record, why we are removing cancelled records? Because it is saying only rows with status of finished. They want only finished record. So we can remove cancelled one and it will improve performance as well. That's why option A. Why option D? Because user want date part only from this date field. So we can use split option to separate date and time column. It's a very simple question based on the same concept which we have discussed just now. So these are the options here. To download full PDF of this tutorial and other RT certification exams practice questions, please check link in the description. We will be publishing more important topics in next part of this series, and we request you to subscribe our channel. It will help us to motivate to prepare such more videos. Thanks for watching. Signing off.